Not much space or not much time left on my battery. Just hoping I can catch a... Ooh, listen to this one soon. Do you see that lightning? What you may or may not see is a turnoff here that basically goes down to the caimans now. We're going straight here, but this here I've done a few times where it ends up at an overhang right at the bottom of the valley there. There's a beautiful... Viewers, any regular people will know, morning, any regular people will know that I mentioned that we're going to be doing a long one today. And we've started it. We've already done about a little bit more than 6 kilometers. And we're well over the dam already. I wasn't actually going to record on the dam because everybody has seen the dam. I thought, let's make our first recording from looking down on the opposite side, looking down to it. Give you a perspective. Craddock Peak, George Peak. We are going to go all the way up here and then around and over and get to the other side of the mountain. For any viewer that may not have watched any of the previous 2 videos ages and ages ago should like the scenery. So it changes on the other side of the mountain when you're in the catchment area of the caimans looking down. It's beautiful, so stay tuned for that. Too late. Small little black snake.
I got that.
At 9:15 in the morning. Small little snake. They almost missed it. I said, hey guys, we almost stepped on a little snake here. Gained quite a bit of ground already since the last one, where you can see the Garden Route Dam. If I just go up a little bit more here, you should be able to see the dam quite comfortably and see how full it is. But maybe not on the GoPro necessarily, unless one zooms in a bit. Dead center of the screen, the entire Garden Route Dam pretty much full, and not too far from what is pretty close to our highest point at the hut. But then now from the hut a little bit further as we go along, still a little bit higher, and we get a nice open spot here. If I can maybe try and show you where the highest spot is, right on the saddle on the far hand side. That is your highest point of the route, and we're well on our way to there.
Hut on the George Mountain is so divine, where the air is fresh and the sky does shine. Hiking up the trails feels so alive in this peaceful place where mountains thrive. Sunset paints the sky in colors so grand, with each passing moment I'm in Wonderland. The beauty that surrounds it takes my breath away. In this mountain's majesty I wanna stay. Certainly one of my favorite parts here, which I may have said before,
what I do love about this spot is that you just suddenly feel like you're in another section of the mountain. You are basically in another section. Looking totally down onto the climates. I'm going to have to make this brighter on Movie Maker. Looking in the entire catchment area or certainly a great part of the Caimans River in the mountains here. We are going to be going straight. I've walked once all along the center of the mountain there to another spot and then to Herold eventually from there, and I made it a 3-day hike. No reception in the middle of the mountain there, so when you're hiking there, just be prepared. But I was prepared for the fact that there probably wouldn't be any reception, so there's an element of risk to it, but it was worth it in the end. And probably the next one will be at a beautiful piece of forest at Kransberg. It's just going to take us a little while to get there, and catch you then. What you may or may not see is a turnoff here that basically goes down to the Caimans now. We're going straight here, but this here I've done a few times where it ends up at an overhang right at the bottom of the valley there. There's a beautiful, huge overhang, which I have filmed before, but you're going to have to search for it amongst the videos. It was, the last time I camped there must have been at least 2 years ago probably, and it's a large river with a nice natural swimming pool that they've got there. That is, but you've got to go there for 2 days or 2 nights at least to make it worth it. This is quite an uphill. Have a look at this. This is quite an uphill to come here. I suppose nothing for a trail runner, but if you're planning on going camping, make it worth it. Now what I've noticed is that they've not only opened up this one that goes down to it, but on the opposite side of the Caimans they've opened up that as well, because that's part of the so-called Moot Mountain Ultra Trail. So my hats off to whoever it is that has the manpower and funds to bring people in and open up all these trails. That can't be done just like overnight. Now we're getting to another one of my favorite parts here. I mean, everything today is my favorite. Everything. There we go. Little chameleon we have here. Probably a nice dwarf chameleon. And Roy just found it here at the bottom. Man, they're also cute. Just picked it up. They're so well camouflaged, I'm actually surprised anybody could see them. Let's check that. With that mountain view at the back. You know what, someone should take a photo of that with that mountain at the background now. Sure makes him look large. Awesome. What I love about this particular section is that if it's fairly hot, and especially if it's a really hot day, then you've got this forest section to cool down. It's not too different from Tondelbos's forest, but in my honest opinion, it's maybe, just maybe, a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. Maybe it's the rock formations that are nicer to me. Maybe it's the water that drips down the rocks that I like so much. Yeah, if you've ever run out of water, there are places where you can put your holder and catch up some water. There we go. That's the place I was wondering how much water is going to be. Now when I camped here, I put my water bottle under this. Check here. I just put my water bottle, 3 water bottles at the bottom here to catch this water up, and it's ice cold, fresh water. I'm coming past you, melt. And this I will show you. I love it in this forest. This is where I put my tent up on 2 occasions, right here. And there's my kitchen where I cooked, that little section there, and put my tent up here. and would go and sit on top of the rock there sometimes and check these rock formations. I'm definitely going to take photos before I exit the forest here, and I'll show you something now. I love this tree. When I was in the tent getting out and I looked at this tree, it was just beautiful. This is a beautiful section when I was camping, and it was still early in the morning. I'd bring my coffee out from the forest all the way and come and stand here where you've got these rocks. You can better see them maybe if one goes into the shade like this. There you can get them a better view of it. Vertical rocks here on the right hand side. We are not far from the highest point, right there. We're not far in terms of distance or in terms of elevation. From that saddle, it's downwards. Bye bye George from there, down on the other side. I love this. Is a very, very nice spot for taking photos. I'm going to take one now on the next rock formation there. We've gained a lot of height. I present you with 3, 2, 1. I present you with a full catchment area of the Kaiman's River. The full catchment area of the Kaiman's River. All of this, basically, the whole catchment area starts all along the opposite side there, and all along there up to a certain point in the center of the mountain, and then on the other side of that point in the center, the Touwsrivier starts. I present you with one of the most beautiful parts of the mountain I love. And this is one of the sections that no doubt makes this walk worth it for me. We're going to get another part that looks at this entire catchment area from a separate, different angle. I just like the rock formations here as well. This is like, man, I love it. It's very, very peaceful here. I really like it. This is the highest point, where you've got a view of a lot of things, considerably higher than what we were just now, when the video may look similar to what this is looking like. But if you're looking around here with the catchment, and there, catchment, I don't think you'll see his face. And then here, with this rock formation where I'm standing on now, that will give you a better idea about the height of this rock as I stand, yeah, right there. Or is this higher? I don't know, maybe this one's higher, of the route today. Oh, I could stand here all day if I wanted to. Camping up here.
Walking on a path, feeling the breeze, leaves on the ground, rustling with ease. The sun shining bright, warming my skin, following the tread, where will it begin? Birds in the trees, singing their song, nature's symphony, can't help but sing along. The scent of wildflowers fills the air, lost in this moment without a care. On the hill where the world stands still, beauty surrounds me, time seems to freeze. On the hill where dreams come alive, leaving all worries behind, feeling so alive. feeling so alive.
Basically, we're firmly into dizzy heights, where one goes to and fro, zigzags on the odd occasion, but this goes down fairly steeply, and you can see Roy in the front there, and then from there it goes down straight down to that side there, making another switch back, coming back the opposite way again, and then vice versa. One can clearly see it a lot better when you're at the bottom looking up to dizzy heights, and you can see the zigzagging when you see the entire trail, and you can also see it from clearly see it from George Peak, and it's also especially not George Peak, Cradle Peak. If you're standing on Cradle Peak, you can clearly look down onto the entire piece here. But man, heading down to the forest, and I'm going to fill up some water there, down at the bottom there.
Okay, there we go. Two cameras side by side. Okay, Trixie. Now let's see if I can do it. Now you need to take your camera, because yeah,
That would be a good idea. So you've got a
I need at least
extra
one hand to do this properly.
spin recorder that gives you a good idea about what some of the sections are like here. We're not too far from our forest chill spot there, not too far. Thankfully I've just come out of the outside there and just entered the forest, which is right at the bottom of the inside of the mountain. Check this piece of driftwood. Man, I would do what to have this piece of driftwood here. Maybe take a photo of it. This is a lekker chill spot. This is a nice chill spot. Lekker in South Africa. Lekker means nice, pleasant, lovely, adorable. Lekker is just a very common word for anything that is nice, wonderful, awesome, lovely to be at. Local is lekker. I'm gonna fill up here, and I'm gonna take my socks off and maybe even change them, because I think I've got spare socks. Roy coming into the focus there. I think he'll also maybe fill up, so we've got our little bit of water. I'm definitely going to fill up and take a rest, cool down here in the forest before we take the second uphill. I have to record this post because this here is the second uphill, of course, after the one that leads up to. Got to climb up here. Give you an idea what I'm talking about. Like that. This here is the second uphill of the day. There are only two main uphills. We came down dizzy heights there, there, and there. At least from this angle, you can have a good look at it. But there's a lot of zigzagging at this spot, and yeah, made a point of trying to record myself being tired or huffy puffy, and the second workout, basically uphill workout of the day. But we already gained quite a bit of height, as you can see there. We've gained quite a lot of height. In fact, we've now done, I would say, from the stream all the way to the top, looking at the backside of Craddock Peak there, all the way to the top. I'd say 99% of the second round of hard work has been done. Finished and clear. Very finished and clear with the second round of hard work. And that makes it worth it when you start walking here in the afternoon, looking down on this valley, and it just remains nice and level. Nice and level all along. So there's always a reward. When there's some hard work, there's always a reward. Check it. Plucks on it. That's awesome. That's beautiful. I don't know if you can actually see. You're going to be able to see on the shade there. This whole section that we're doing makes this huge horseshoe kind of form here, and what it brings you is that, now believe it or not, I'm actually quite far from the previous recording. The reason I'm saying that is because the terrain may look similar, but we've actually gained quite a bit of distance. What I love, I don't know if I mentioned this in any previous video, but what I love about this place is from the bottom of this catchment area, looking up here, you've got pine trees galore, all pine trees, and yet from that side up, just fynbos. Maybe a pine tree here, pine tree there. Total contrast. Probably all has to do with the sunshine, temperatures between all the seasons. So yeah, it won't be long, and I'm going to show you the difference between today and a previous time or 2 or 3 that I've done this, where we're going to be taking a shorter cut down to Herold Wine guest house, where there's a shorter cut that makes the total distance today a little bit shorter than what it has been in the past on previous occasions. That massive one there, it may not look particularly large on here, but that's high. That's Piet Kop. Piet is a name, an Afrikaans name in South Africa. Yes. Top, last hill of the day, last hill, and then now we're really and truly on the other side, and looking down, saying goodbye, effectively saying goodbye to this entire catchment area that we saw so far, and all of it, seeing, and you can see the whole thing, all of it from here, then coming down on the other side here of the mountain, on the Herold Winelands side, and you've got those stunning rock formations, those beautiful rock formations, where you feel so much closer to the top of the peak. Well, with this, I was opting for another trail that leads below the dam there, not the dam wall. Yeah. Incoming fast. Is that rain? That's a strong wind. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna go on the side of the dam here. Not really, but I'm going on the side of the dam here. To get onto the... Listen to this thunder. Not much space, not much time left on my battery. Just hoping I can catch a... Ooh, listen to this one soon. Do you see that lightning? One more clip may be left when we get to the end. This, they weren't forecasting this, man. And both these guys are my witness. 14% left on the camera. We have reached our destination at Herold Winelands. We had a little bit of a thing going about taking the wrong trail for a split second or two there, but then did not lose much time. In my opinion, I don't think we lost more than 10 minutes. So welcome to Herold Winelands with all the parking here. And here is our lift, and there is Santi. Thank you for coming to fetch us, Santi. Parking. Snowbio, Santi. And they have tastings. Tastings, sales, bistro. Bistro? This has been a nice place. We've come here before because they've got a restaurant here as well, and it's a lekker place to come and chill here. I'll take a photo of this perhaps. So anyway, thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this more adventurous one today. It sure was more adventurous. Let me put my teeth in here for a split second. Very adventurous. Thanks, and stay tuned. Click on subscribe, but even more, that would mean even more to me if you maybe leave a comment. This was definitely worth it. So thanks a lot for joining, and always keep an eye out for the next one. This was an adventure today, especially with this thunderstorm. Stay tuned. Cheers.